Hello, everyone. Welcome to our chat, our live session to talk about Cartagena reality. And today we have a special guest that is Cómo Cartagena, and they are represented by Andri. So, Andri, welcome, and it's all yours, the webinar.
Thank you, my tech. Good morning, everybody. As my tech said, my name is Andri Gonzalez. I am the technical analyst of the program Cartagena Cómo Vamos. Cartagena Cómo Vamos is a private initiative that since in 2005 measures the changes that occurs in the quality of life of people in Cartagena based on objective indicators and citizens' perception. And we are going to talk about a general data, Cartagena, in this presentation, and we will use objective and subjective data of the city. Cartagena de India is a city with 1,013,375 people, as we can see in the chart, according to DANE for the years of 2016. 96% of this population live in the urban area, and the rest of the people, it means 4% of live in the rural area. In this graph, we can see that the population period of Cartagena is characteristically broad-based in which children and young people are predominant. And also, we can see that 69% of population live in the lowest stage of socioeconomic status. Cartagena was divided in three sub-areas that is called localidades. We have the first localidad that is called Histórica y de la Virgen, Histórica y del Caribe. The second one that is de la Virgen y Turística, and the last one that is Industrial y de la Bahía. In the first one, that is Histórica y del Caribe, is located in the north of the city, and half is designated.
Sorry, Andri, we are not seeing that you are clicking the PPT. We are stop in the first slide.
Oh, really? So I don't know what is going on, and I don't know how to fix it. Sorry. And
So click on the PowerPoint and then you can start it from there, like without presenting.
well, let me try to fix it.
There, exactly. You can click from there so we can see that part.
You can see?
Yes.
No? Okay. Would you like that I repeat, or I can go?
I think you can start from localities. It's okay.
Okay, perfect. As I was telling you, the first one, that is Histórica del Caribe, is located in the north of the city of Cartagena and is the center of tourism and has the park area of the city. In the second one, that is de la Virgen y Turística, has have the two most important bodies of water, that is Caribbean Sea and the big lake that is called Ciénaga de la Virgen. It is the basis of tourism and recreational development. The last one, that is Industrial y de la Bahía, is the center of industrial and economic sector of the city. And now we are going to talk about more specific data about Cartagena in issues related to education, labor market, and poverty. In education, we can see that the total school enrollment in Cartagena in 2016 was 225,113 students from preschool to high school, and 61.4% of those students are in an official or public school. It means the majority of the students in Cartagena are in public schools. Also, we have that we observed that 43.2% of young people between 15 and 16 years didn't register in the education system. It means that around 15,600 and 20 young people were outside the school in 2016. And if we talk about dropout rate per level, we can see that the lower dropout rates are presented in the primary education, and the higher dropout rate is in preschool. This result could be attributed to the fact that some household parents don't send their children to the schools because both of them are working or because the school is very far away from their live. In 2016, the dropout rate was 4.49%, which represents a small decrease if we compare with 2015, that it was 4.95%. However, when we analyze the academic culture in official school, we observe that the highest percentage of students who failed and didn't return to study in the following year, it means that a student who didn't pass the grade in 2016 and didn't go back to the school this year is higher in high school. It means in the two last grades of the school. And it's like a 4 out of 10 students who failed in 2016 didn't return to study in 2017. Now we are going to talk about labor market and poverty in Cartagena in 2016. We can find that the employment rate in Cartagena last year was 64.4, and that the rate was below to the national average that was 53.7. However, there is a gap between women and men because the employment rate for women um, is, is below to the men. The men is 65, while the women is 43.5. In the unemployment rate, we can see that in 2016 it was 9, and in the national average, as we can see in the charter, with the color gray, is 90.2. And there is still a gap between women and men that because the unemployment rate for women is higher than the men. The women is 11.9, while the men is 6.8. If we see the unemployment and employment rate by age range, we can see that people between 25 to 65 are the most, it's the majority of people who have worked in 2016. While if we see the unemployment rate, we can see that people between 18 to 20 years old have the highest percentage of unemployment rate. It means that the young unemployment rate is the highest of the age group. About informal employment, we can see that as we were talking about the employment rate that was 64.4, 50% of people who have work is working in an in the informal market or have a self activity that is a self-employment activity. And if we talk about poverty, we find that in Colombia, the most used measure is the monetary poverty that refers to the number of people who get a monthly income below 241,173 pesos. Is around $83 each month per person. So in Cartagena, the rate in 2016 was 29.1. It means that if we compare with 2015, the poverty in Cartagena increased because in 2016 it was 26. It also means that there is more poor people in 2016 than in 2015. And it was around 240,000, 41,170. Sorry, it was 294 people, 94 people, 294,000 Cartageneros in poverty, in monetary poverty. But if we compare the poverty with the mainly city in Colombia, we can see that Cartagena have the third higher level of poverty in the country. Also, if we talk about extreme poverty, that it refers to people who have monthly income below 114,492 pesos, that is around $4 each month per person. It means that is one person spend less than $4 each month, it's in extreme poverty. In Cartagena, the extreme poverty last year increased if we compare with 2015, and more than 50,000 Cartageneros was in extreme poverty. And if we compare with the mainly city, it's still the third city with a higher level with extreme poverty. And also, when we talk about poverty, is the poverty level in the localidad 2, that is de la Virgen y Turística, is that presents the greater number of people in conditions of poverty and vulnerability. And now we are going to talk about qualitative data based on our citizen perception survey that we make every year to know what people think about the city, how it is going on in the city, about education, health, transportation, security, and stuff like that. In this presentation, we are going to talk about how proud people feel to be from Cartagena. When we ask people in 2016 how proud they feel to be from Cartagena, 5 out of 10 people say that they feel so proud to be from Cartagena. However, it's important to know that the results are not directly comparable with other years, because in 2016 we have a small change um, in the methodology of the survey. Also, when we see the how people answer according to the age, we can see that people between 18 to 95 to 25, sorry, are people who feel least proud of the city. And when we ask people about optimism, we ask people how well do they think Cartagena is doing, we find that 3 out of 10 people feel that the thing in Cartagena is doing well. And people between 46 to 55 are the least who feel that the thing in Cartagena are doing well. The next question that we ask people is about satisfaction with the city. We ask people how satisfied they feel, how satisfied they are with the city as a place to live. And they answer that 6 out of 10 people feel that Cartagena is a good place to live. Also, we can see that people between 18 to 25 years old are the least to feel satisfied with the city. Maybe we can um, say that this result is because there is the people between 18 to 25 are have the higher percentage of unemployment rate, and it's difficult to find a job when you finish the university. So maybe they don't feel satisfied in this city for this kind of reason. And also, when we ask people about the mode of transportation, we ask what mode of transport do you use mainly. People answer that the mainly transportation that they use to move one place to another place is public transportation, and the mainly is buses. is the 44%. The second mode of transportation that people use is private transportation with 34%, and the next one is the mass transportation that in Cartagena is Transcaribe. Transcaribe is the mode of transportation, is the newest, the fastest and the safest transportation in the city. I really recommend people to use the transport, and we started to use this kind of transportation in 2016. It's really new, but it's really efficiently, it's good, and it's good to try if you are in Cartagena. And also, we ask people about the perception of security. So we ask people how they feel about the security in Cartagena, and 4 out of 10 Cartageneros feel insecure in the city. And the people who feel most insecure are women and those who are in the age of 36 to 45 years. In addition, people consider that the main problems associated with security are street robbery, guns, and drug addiction. It's all what we have about Cartagena. If you would like to have more information about Cartagena, we have a webpage that is called cartagenacomovamos.org, and you can find any information about Cartagena. If you need, and if you have any question or doubt, and you can tell us, and we will try to answer. Thank you very much for your attention, and that's all.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your information that you shared with us already. So we hope that everybody that actually has questions, you can write us, and you can look for it and search for it to know more about Cartagena, and which is the city that we will be impacting with world's largest lesson. So thank you very much to Cómo Vamos Cartagena, and see you soon.
You're welcome.